Hi guys, hope you're well. It's another beautiful day here, as you can see. Just got back from the beach. Very blessed to be living very close to the beach, and one of my daily things that I do to kind of elevate my mood is go for a swim. It's something about being in nature, being in the sea, just kind of puts you in that flow state, and it's fantastic for your nervous system. So today, what I wanted to talk about is the second pillar, and this is structure. So having done a lot of brain rewiring courses, read a lot of books on neuroplasticity, spent a lot of money on these courses, very useful stuff. We're learning a lot about how the brain affects the body, and the way that you can actually change the biochemistry in your body just through thoughts alone. So not only can thoughts make you sick, but they can also actually help you heal as well. So after doing a lot of these courses, again, I found a pretty much similar pattern that I wanted to kind of share with you, because honestly, I don't think that you need to do these pretty expensive, long-winded courses when the message essentially, I think, is the same underlying message. And that message is get busy living. I know it sounds strange. Let me explain that a little bit. So right now, you guys probably have a relationship with your symptoms. And it's in a way kind of similar to having a relationship with somebody. And let's say you break up with that person. What's the best way to move on? Usually it's to get into a new relationship. But a lot of you guys are stuck in that relationship with your symptoms, and it's time for you to actually move on. The way you do that now is through structure. And I'll help you a little bit in other videos in terms of, how I structure my day. So maybe you can use some templates there. But, what we want to kind of do is, as I've said in other videos, is move your nervous system out of a state of fight and flight into a state of I am okay. Once your nervous system starts feeling it's okay, the alarm bells go off, the sprinkler systems go off, your symptoms start alleviating. That's kind of where we want to go. Now, the best way you can do that, you can go to a psychologist, you can talk about this stuff, you can take medications, but these are only going to dampen the symptoms, if anything, right? What you need to do, and this is where the smart bit comes in, is right now, since you got sick, okay, it's very likely that you have a very creative mind, okay? A lot of the time, people who get into these loops have very creative personalities. And what's happened with your creative mind is once you got sick, your creative mind has been saying to yourself, okay, we need to fix this. We need to do something to fix it. We're very rational thinkers. We can figure this out. We can figure this out. And that's what's put you in that loop, is your brain's constantly telling you to fix this problem. We've got a problem. So the way that we move out of that is by telling your system that you are okay. Okay? And the way that you do that is what you do every single day. Okay? Every single day, you're going to have certain actions. And as I've said before, they're either going to help your nervous system or they're going to scare your nervous system. So as I said, if you're consistently talking about your symptoms, if you're consistently relating to your symptoms, you've got people I see in these groups and they're like, I'm a Lyme warrior, or I'm a visual snow warrior, or I'm a hashtag this warrior, that warrior. I mean, this is not good for your nervous system. You don't want to be identified with that person. You don't want to be identified with being a chronic illness warrior, right? Because you'll stay in that loop. Where you want to be identified is somebody who's strong, healthy, and okay. And the way that you do that, and this is the key, is you start to live your life as if your symptoms would never go, okay? So you start to do those things that you used to do before you got sick. And I know what you guys are going to say, but I can't do that because I can't see properly. I can't do this properly, right? I was the same. I could hardly see at night my hand, you know, I literally thought I was going blind. I was in blind groups because I thought I was going to lose my sight. My hearing was so bad, I thought I was going crazy. I thought the tinnitus was going to kill me. And, you know, I had a lot of other stuff as well, the anxiety, the panic attacks. And if somebody had told me at that time that, you know, you need to start living, I'd be like, dude, you're crazy. You know what I mean? Like, you're absolutely nuts. But this is the only way out. This really is the way out. It's very paradoxical. Seems like it doesn't make sense, but it absolutely does make sense when you start to think about it on a deeper level. Once you start living like you're okay and that you can deal with your symptoms, your body will start to follow the mind. Your body will be like, hang on, we're supposed to be in fear right now, and this guy's, you know, going about his day like nothing's wrong. Okay, so maybe we have a bit of a disconnect here. Maybe, you know, the signals that he's been sending us are not correct anymore. Maybe we need to update the physiology to kind of match the new habits that this person's performing. So this is where structure comes into it, because, you know, I can tell you guys, you know, you need to elevate your mood and stuff like that, but I found structure was one of the biggest things that helped. And I guarantee if you go back before you got sick, you probably had some structure in your life, right? You probably went to work, you probably did this at certain times. You weren't just walking around looking at walls and you know, checking for your tinnitus and checking your heartbeat. You know, you were not doing this stuff, right? You were actually just getting on with life, right? And it's about getting back to that point. And what I found, the easiest way to do that is through a structure sheet. So what that means is very simple. I mean, when I was young, like, you know, my parents used to write a sheet for what I used to have to do when I came home, and it was like 5 o'clock piano lessons, 6 o'clock eat, 6:30 eat some, you know, watch maybe 30 minutes of TV, then 7 o'clock do some homework, be in bed for 9. You know, that is pretty much a routine that I followed for a long period of time. And what I'm asking you guys is to create your own routine. And you can do that yourself. You can do it in 15-minute blocks, 30-minute blocks, hour blocks. But what I'm trying to get over to you is we don't want any time in your day where you can sit, be in front of the computer, start to ruminate, start to talk about your symptoms, start to talk about all this, start looking at walls, start listening to your tinnitus. We want to basically take all of that out and give you a busy, fulfilled day, right? And I know you guys are probably thinking, oh, well, that sounds like a bit of work and stuff, right? But the way that I want you to kind of see this journey is not about fixing your symptoms, okay? And this is very important for me. When this clicked for me, it was like, wow, actually, you know what? This sounds interesting. It's, as I said before in the previous video, when you go to the gym, right? You want to work out, you want to build your muscles, and you consistently go. The more you go, you know, the easier it's going to be to get that body that you so desire, right? It's the same with this, right? Like, if you want the brain and the body that you desire, the more you do this stuff, right, the quicker you're going to get to your goal. But instead of thinking about this as fixing your symptoms, thinking about, okay, I want to do all these things today to fix my symptoms. I was told that I need to put structure. Think about it this way: that you want to develop your brain, right, and you want to do things that you love, right? Take the symptoms out of it, right? Just in your structure, find things that you absolutely love doing. It could be anything: arts, crafts, writing, doing your own blog posts, speaking to friends, things that you really love doing, cooking, anything that you love doing. Put that in your structure, because once your brain starts to reconnect and starts to see you doing these things that you've always loved, okay, that's when the magic starts to happen. I'm telling you, that is when the magic starts to happen, is when your brain starts to see that you are doing the things that you always used to do. And the best way to do that is, as I said, create a daily plan every day, know what you're doing in 30-minute, hour intervals, and do that. And make it interesting, make it a challenge, make it that you're not fixing your symptoms. Now your goal in life is to become the best person that you could possibly imagine, right? That is your goal in life from now on. It's not to fix your symptoms. It's to become a better version of yourself, far better than you were before you got sick, right? This is all about, Joe Dispenza calls it becoming supernatural, superhuman. Other people, they say it in different books, in different programs, right? But the key essence, the key message that I'm giving you here, right, is that is it, right? It's about improving yourself. And then when your body gets on, and brain gets on board with the fact that, hang on, he's trying to improve himself, and he's not talking about symptoms anymore. He's not even, going on Facebook anymore. He's not going on Google anymore. He's not talking about visual snow or tinnitus anymore. What's going on? Then all of a sudden, as I said, the alarm bells stop ringing, right? And that's where you want to get to. So the easiest way to do that is structure. There's a good phrase that I like, that I heard before, and very apt for this. It's where you put your attention is where the energy flows. Okay, so think every day, where are you putting your attention? Okay, you putting it on your symptoms because the energy is just going to start flowing there, or are you putting it on bettering yourself and becoming a better person, right? If you start doing that, then the energy is going to flow that way, and again, your neurophysiology will start to change. Okay, so structure is really important. As I mentioned, it's about creating a sense of being okay in your body. Okay, and the easiest way that you can do that is starting straight away. Create a structure for your day, and you will start to see changes. Okay, I will, as I said in other videos, I will give you some tips on what I put in my structure. I mean, my structure is, I'll do these videos. That's part of my structure, and then I'll have some time for me where I do some meditation, where I do some yoga, where I go swimming. I spend some time feeding the cats. Spend some time watching TV. Things like that. It's all about filling your day with things that you love and things that elevate your mood. Okay, guys, I hope that you found that helpful. And as I said, if you resonate with things that I say, please subscribe, and I'll keep the videos flowing. Cheers, guys. Thanks. Bye.